Hi everyone. Thank you so much for watching A Touch of Tarot. I'm sure you are all feeling this Mercury retrograde, this Pisces season, whatever it may be. I've literally hibernated most of the weekend, though I did go to a spin class today and to work yesterday. So the interesting thing in total, I work 3 hours every Saturday night, and I learned so much last night at work just watching the vibe of all the youthful spirits in the club that I work at. And it just reminded me about lifting our vibration and dancing and music and how important it was. And I said to myself, I'm going to tell everyone, let's all join a dance class. Let's all get something like it was Brazil night at the club, and they were just doing these amazing moves, and it was just shaking. But I felt the vibration and I felt the energies lifting. So, as I was saying, I've literally spent 5 hours out of my house this weekend. The other 2 hours were to go to a class, an hour in the class and a half an hour there and back. Within those 5 hours, I had 6 people mention to me they feel like they've lost their connection. They don't know where they're going in life anymore. Like everything has changed. And I even was feeling those type of energies before I went to work last night. And in the Uber I was in, we were playing someone's playlist off the phone because I went to in an Uber pool. And the playlist lifted me up. And when I got to work and they're playing the music, it lifted me up. And this is what helped me observe everything. There is a strong message. I've written down so much for us, but there's a strong message that right now you're going to be learning a lot. And as I've been telling you, it doesn't have to be expressed verbally. Okay? What you have to look at what's going on, you get to choose. Is it an opportunity or an obstacle? Are you going to treat it like it's an obligation, like, oh no, like I have to be a victim here? Or are you going to take this experience as an opportunity? This space, this silence, this pain, this hurt, all these fears coming up, they are an opportunity for you if you choose that, because only you make the final decision for yourself. And there's this energy of facing your fears and then bolting the other way. Face them and then get the fuck out of there. Do not stay stagnant in that energy, because you can't focus on what's keeping you stagnant. You only have the present time. Now, the cards that came out, I pulled these this morning, and I wasn't planning on doing a YouTube video. I haven't done a reading all week, and you all know I've canceled and rescheduled. But I just couldn't stop thinking about them because it was unbelievable what came out. I pulled the tarot. Right before this video, I pulled these cards and these cards. And it just goes with my message. And I would recommend a lot of you to do what I did yesterday. I purged and purged and purged, and I came to this conclusion that I just have to let go, like, fully. You know, I work with the person I consider my divine masculine, and I would love to be working with him right now, but you know what? He's acting weird, and it's enough. Enough is enough. So I'm going to read you the letter I wrote, because after I wrote this letter, I had so much clarity come to me and freedom come to me once I just decided enough is enough for me. Not because he's a bad person, just because I need to say this. And if I can't say it to him because I'm not going out of my way to chase him down ever again, I'm going to say it to myself. And when he calls, my plan was to say this to him. But to be honest, even the fact that I wrote it out helped me release. So I'm literally going to read you what I wrote, and then I'm going to read you the cards. If you want, you can fast forward, but this is very important if you ask me, because it helped me. So this is what I wrote. Babe, you're really good, but I'm looking for great. Integrity, truth, and reliability is most important to me. I love you, but I'm in love with me. I really wish this could be better. I had a huge gift for you, and it was me. I came gift wrapped to your front door, and you turned me down. I tried and I tried again, and you never saw me, no matter how bright I shone, even when I was right in front of you. At this point, I look at you. At one point, I looked at you as an investment, and now I'm looking at you as an expense. That's all I wrote, and it resonated so deeply with me. I was just, I don't know, I was just able to release because it's true. I've been so amazing, and he still hasn't really seen it. It doesn't matter what he says, his actions haven't shown it. Instead, he's chosen to run, he's chosen to hide. He cannot even face me. And I'm starting to realize that's a huge issue. He does not want to face me and look me in my eyes. And little does he know, I am completely in forgiveness mode, always right now, because we have to be. So I'm going to get started with this reading. I know I just disappeared 2 cards in there, did they? Magic. And it's no coincidence. We have Merlin here, and we also have the Magician, and I'll talk about that after. I did not expect this reading to go past 10 minutes. And as I was pulling the cards, I'm like, oh, shoot. I'm like, this is going to go much longer, and it's okay. I'm happy to be here right now, and I'm happy to give you this knowledge I've gained over the last literally maybe 40 hours of my life, 5 of them spending them outside, gave me all this wisdom that we are not alone. It really is Mercury retrograde having a huge effect on us. The fact that so many people started telling me their problems and that they feel like they don't know where they're going in life anymore, and they thought they had all these big plans. And I'm talking about all these people said the exact same thing. I had everything planned out. I was going forward. I was moving forward. And now I feel like I'm lost and I don't know where to go. And you know what I tell them? Don't worry. You're being tested. Relax as much as you can. Put everything down for the next 2 weeks. And to make things worse, when Mercury retrograde, right when it's about to end, we have a super moon. It's not just a moon, this full moon. From what I've understood from the research I've done, it's actually a super moon. So keep that in mind. This is a time of beauty. I was going to say madness, but it's not. It's beautiful because we are going to start making new moves. And please understand the importance of dance, getting out. It's no coincidence that I went to a spin class today for the first time. I was invited and I said, you know what? Hell yeah. Get out of my friggin' house. And it was actually a spin class where you dance on the bike. I know it sounds ridiculous. It's like a nightclub. The lights are dark and there's flashing bulbs everywhere. And the teacher had this energy. And the teacher was talking about how she was giving up over the last few days and her issues. And then I spoke to her after. And I spoke to her about Mercury retrograde. Because that's what I do. I speak and I share and I help. And please, anyone sending me messages that are completely like, like it's not even like, I'm getting these 911 emergency messages. No, come to me calm. Meditate before you message me. Just calm your energy a bit because you're going to be shocked by my reaction because I'm not going to feed into it. I'm going to tell you, step back, relax, get control of yourself. You are not going to die. You make the choices. And that's probably not what you want to hear when you're coming to someone with this urgency. I can't take the urgencies right now. Not the energy of urgency. Show me that you're trying to do something to help yourself and I can help you. So let's begin. And I don't know, like I said to myself, they're not going to believe this. This is why sometimes I wish I just had a 24-hour camera. But you know what? You will believe it. You'll see. The message is just, it is what it is. So I said, what is the message? What are the masculines up to? What are they trying to do right now? King of Wands came out. And I'm like, wow. I was shocked at first. I'm like, okay, wow. So the masculines are trying to take some action here. So then I said, well, what are the feminines doing? This is when I started getting like shivers. Queen of Wands in reverse, 4 of Swords. What this says is that the masculines want to take this action. The feminines are just almost giving up. And that's fine. It's absolutely fine because it's so understandable why you are just in rest mode. And like, I put the flame down. I put the battle down. I'm releasing love here. I still love you. It's still here with this cheetah. But I'm just putting it down and resting and thinking again. I want a truce. This is the truce card. I want a truce. I want us to communicate and forgive each other and come to an understanding. But I'm not going to make a move. I'm not. I'm Queen of Wands in reverse. Beautiful, right? So I'm like, okay, so what do they want to come forward with? What are they trying? Because, you know, this is the King of Wands here with this action. What do they want to step forward with? King of Cups came first. And I shuffled again, and we got 7 of Cups. And this masculine energy, and this may happen maybe around the supermoon, right? He is preparing to release. He is preparing to come forward. You see those 7 of Cups? This is the best 7 of Cups in the world, because this person has dropped everything and chose love. And to have the King of Love front and center, it says so much. He really does want to come forward and proclaim his love to the divine feminine. Is he moving too slow? Possibly. We'll get into that because the cards show it. So I said, okay, and what does the feminine want to do? The first card she got is the Magician. And the funny thing is, I was going to leave it at that because I wasn't planning to pull double cards for anything. But guess what fell out? The Queen of Cups. So when I first saw the Magician, I said, okay, so this was reminding me of a magnet, from the magnetic energy from this deck, you know, our karmic deck. There's an energy there where there's this symbol coming out of her heart. And when you read on the description of that card for them, it has to do with using this magnetic power and also being pulled. So, because I'm like, is she trying to, you know, make this happen? And no, she's letting the magnetic powers of the universe make this happen. And look at this person on the drum. They know what the flame is all about. They're just staying calm, you know. Here's a monkey, but the monkey's just relaxing. This woman, this feminine energy is so intuitive and so full of love. She's giving herself love. There's one bird here. She's looking at herself and reflecting over everything that has happened, over this huge completion that has taken place. And it is about a completion. The Wheel of Fortune cards keep on coming up, and I almost feel like this is showing a bit of a Wheel of Fortune energy because it's completion of the old. And it is. Write that letter. Let it all go. Let it all go. And trust me, just because this amazing reading came up after, you'll see. It's still time to let it go. So I said, what did I say? Yep, I said, what will happen? These cards came out all together. So I said, what's going to be the outcome? And I wasn't happy with this outcome, so I pulled 3 more to explain. Cards, explain yourself. So we have the 5 of Wands. And in this deck, the 4 of Wands shows 2 people on a wheel, but on opposite sides of the wheel. And I always look at it as though they get off the wheel, they take those sticks, because the wheel is made of sticks, and they're trying to redo it. They're trying to recreate this way that works. So at first I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, well, that's a great card for me in my terms. That's a great card. But then the next card that came out is disappointment. And I asked, you know, what is the outcome going to be here? We have this card of disappointment, but also of strength, which told me there's something to have hope for in this situation. And here's that full moon again. Completions have to happen. So I wanted to know more because I'm like, really? So great. We have this beautiful energy here and it comes to this. And yes, for some it does come to this. For some, there's going to be a huge disappointment because this person isn't going to let their cups go. They're going to retract from the 7 of Cups, 6 of Cups to the 5 of Cups and leave the feminine in disappointment. And it's going to be hard, but it's important to have the strength regardless at this time. Stay strong. Get out there and raise your vibration. And I said, no, like, I want more. Tell me more. Like, what do you mean? So the first card that came out, King of Pentacles. So what this said to me right away is he's moving slowly. And we already know that. We already know that. He's trying to make this work with the Three of Pentacles, but it's slow. And it's, for some people, too slow. Though who are we to decide what time things are supposed to work at? When we truly love ourselves and trust in the divine timing, who are we to say it's too slow? But it feels slow. This donkey over here that he's riding is eating, relaxing, taking his time, maybe even nourishing themselves. Maybe they're going through some sort of a healing process, trying to figure out, how am I going to do this? You know, for some of these masculines, I'm getting the message that they just think they have all the time in the world. They don't see or feel the same way a feminine does. And I'm picking up these messages right now. A lot of the feminines, we have this thing about the clock ticking, the time coming. This is just what I'm picking up right now. And I guess they don't. I'm looking for more messages. I don't know why men don't. I feel like it's a man-woman thing. And for women, I'm just picking up that the clock is ticking in our minds. We have a different way of looking at things. And the Seven of Wands came out here. So this can be a card of so many different things. For me right now, I feel like it's a positive energy card, but it's also clearing blockages, clearing the way, having a lot of choices, a lot of things going on in general, a lot of energies coming at this person, whether it be the masculine or feminine, because remember, you're picking up on each other's energy. This is why we were feeling so good, because the masculine was feeling really good recently. And now Mercury came in. Mercury stepped in to test us. And that's a message I got from so many people saying they didn't trust anyone. And I told them, I'm like, you know what, I just spoke of this to a few people. One of them I said on my YouTube channel, how I was saying there's trust issues that are just popping out of nowhere. So this was beautiful and unexpected. I just was pulling some cards, some overall cards. I was actually going to read them in the beginning. And, you know, that's why I was pulling them. And I was thinking pull them on camera. But I'm like, no, I'll get this over with now. And we have the light card here, which was telling me right away with that feminine there and it equaling a number one. Self is most important. Decisions for yourself, okay? And shining bright. Shine as bright as you can. Raise your vibration, everyone. Are you going to look at what's happening here as an opportunity or an obstacle? Because if you want to choose obstacle, you're going to sit there in stagnant energy instead of realizing you only have the present. You only have this opportunity now, and you don't know when this opportunity is going to come back. Make the best of it. And we have this masculine here. Authority. Well, you know what this is? This is the Emperor. And the message I got is for the masculines, they're growing. They're becoming wiser. And there's this whole huge energy here of wisdom. They're dreaming bigger, of endless possibilities. They can't deny it. This light is so bright. Whether or not you end up with your masculine, you're going to change his life just as he's changed yours. He's changed your life, even if he's not in it. For me, I know as soon as I met my masculine, everything started taking a different direction, and he had nothing to do with any of it. To be honest, I just started getting smarter and even more connected and calmer. And that was just something he shared. And he didn't ever tell me, be calm. He didn't ever tell me you're doing something wrong. He just was an example that I learned from. So we have 2 4s here. This has to do with a sign that you would benefit from taking a leap of faith in some way. What that leap of faith is in yourself. I'm only here to guide you. Only you can make the actual decisions for yourself. But the most important part is this is the heart chakra. So move forward with love. You know, forgiving is so important right now, because even I know that. Even I sit there sometimes in my bed and I'm like, wow, like I I've just continued to forgive him. How can I continue to forgive him even more when I'm hurting? But you know what? It's not him that's hurting me. It's me and my triggers. You cannot look for the answer in someone else. You really can't. So the last 3 cards I pulled, because I wanted more clarification, and I didn't want to pull 3 cards, but 3 of them came out. And we have Merlin here, and I bookmark this. I'm not going to read the whole thing because we kind of know the story of Merlin, and if you don't, go look it up. But there's an important section here. It's the last couple sentences, and I marked it in my book. What this has to do with is Merlin was a meditator because he was calm and he was very wise, and he believed in equality of all beings, mostly humans is what it mentions, but he respected all humans. And I say respect everything and everyone. Everything. Thank everything. When you come home, be so thankful for your home to be there. I don't know if you know what's going on in the news, but a whole flight of people died, Canadians, on their way to Ethiopia or back. I don't know. I don't look into it. There's so many things going on. This Mercury retrograde, I'm hearing of so much nonsense that I can't even believe. It will become evident that the entire situation was a simple misunderstanding and information that each assumed the other party had was simply that, an assumption. As the dispute is settled, all parties will leave feeling they have won, which will result in a newfound confidence in yourself and your abilities to no longer shy away from similar situations. The next card is the connection card, where in this book they actually call it the goddess connection, which I found very interesting. I don't know if that was a typo. I don't feel like it was because I think it's very fitting. You can feel her all around you. She is in everything we touch, everything we see, and everything we feel. She is life itself. She creates and takes away. She is our mother, our earth, our sky. She is universal wisdom, which provides us with everything we need. Over the past few days, you have been more aware of your connection to the female energies surrounding you. You are feeling more feminine, more motherly, more nurturing, and a little soft and gooey. This is a surprise for you, as it's behavior in which you don't indulge in very often. Goddess forbid you should ever be seen as vulnerable, and this is how girly behavior makes you feel. Just allow yourself to experience these feelings of vulnerability as they have a place in your life right now. You need to understand how gentleness feels at a deep level, and nurturing such experience strengthens your connection to spirit and brings you closer to her. You have been judgmental of others and of yourself, and it is time to find a more gentle approach to the situation. Allow someone else to care for you for a change, and take a break from being the tough guy. Be kind to yourself and let yourself feel the energies of the goddess. Allow her to nurture and shower you with a soft, gentle energy. And I'll tell you, yesterday I had a nightmare again, and more energies coming at me. And I had a baby in my hands. It wasn't my baby, it was my friend's baby who I spent time with on the vacation. And these girls were small, they were sisters, and they grabbed me. And they were so strong, I couldn't believe it. And I had this baby and I didn't know what to do. And afterwards, I woke up, I already probably told you guys I'm going to be taking a CPR class. I want to now take self-defense class. And all I was thinking in my head is, what if I'm around children and I have to protect children? So that card, I didn't read it before I came on here. And maybe some of you are feeling this energy of caring for the world. And it's not just children. It's anyone that's being bullied or picked on. I don't care who it is. Ancestral healing. Ancestral healing is twofold. It is the healing of the soul throughout the lifetimes we live, and it is calling on the wisdom of our elders who have passed before us to guide us on our journey. Spirituality and Aboriginal spirituality combine both these forms of sacred wisdom as one. Our soul has suffered many traumas and brings forth these hurts at our present lifetime. In our present lifetime, a cellular memory. Look up cellular memory if you don't know what that's about. It's a real thing. It's your cells of your body hanging on to past traumas, and it's not a joke. As actions and reactions to situations, although we may have no concept in regards to their origin. Yeah. So some of the ways you react at times are actually embedded in your DNA from stuff that happened that hurt you. The ancient ancestors have the wisdom beyond our human experience that spans across many cultures. Healing our spirit is the journey that begins with connecting to our spirit and forming relationships with our ancestors. The same themes are continuing to reoccur in your life and will continue to do so until the underlying issues are identified and healed. This is your time for healing and putting the past behind you. Like I said, face those fears and bolt the other direction. It's like, fuck it. And you run so fast after you face them because you're going to a new goal. You're going to a new spot. You pretend there's a dragon behind you. And the dragon is not going to get you because you're not going to let it. And you keep on going towards where you got to go as fast as you can. Don't be tempted to just change direction without stopping for a moment and preparing yourself for the next leg of the journey. So beautiful for that to cut me off in what I'm saying. I would say, know what your next situation is going to be and what direction you want to go. Face your fears and bolt that way as quick as you can. Healing is a journey of self-discovery and should be welcomed into your life and embraced. The wonders of knowing yourself can be truly self-empowering and bring you closer to the essence of self. You are ready. I'm telling you, there's a lot of fears popping up. Don't let them. Just face them. Understand you're being tested. Take on that test. Decide where you're going to go and go. Go there. Go in that direction. Go to the direction of raising your vibration most of all. You may not always understand why certain things are happening. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. You are a magnet. Remember that. You are a magnet. And now I'm going to give you some advice. Because for many of you, just wanted to see what this top one was, and it's soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will physically manifest. For many of you, he's coming back or she's coming back. Do not rush into anything right now. The next 2.5 weeks are pivotal moments in your life. Things are going to happen that are just going to raise you to next levels. Remember this letter I wrote, the love letter, okay? I'm saying goodbye. I want great. Don't forget that. Do you want good or do you want great? And stick to that. Yes, I will most likely read this if he comes. Because you know what? At this point, I don't anticipate anything anymore. I expect for me to move on. I expect I'm going to be moving forward. And not in a sense of going to date. No, just even more focus on myself than before. Even if you're doing well in life, you can do better. And if you're down in the lower levels right now and you need to raise yourself up, do the affirmation starting with I am lovable. I love and respect myself. I am lovable. Because if you don't believe you're lovable, and if you don't have self-respect, then you don't see your value. So then how is the money coming in? How is the finances going to pick up when you don't even think you're worth it? You can literally make it happen. And you can actually make it happen quicker in the beginning than after. Because then afterwards, other fears come in. So in the beginning right now, you have a really great opportunity. Read The Alchemist. They refer to beginner's luck. It's not beginner's luck. It's just like you have nothing to lose. So it just comes to show you and pump you. And then after that, you have to take the next steps to manifestation, which is taking action. More action is involved the further along you go. Do you really want it? Are you going to believe it when you ask for something and it comes? I said I want to join a dance class. I didn't even know I'd be going to a bike cycling class that you're dancing. You're literally dancing with the beat of this crazy music while you're cycling, and you have to learn how to do that. And if you don't got it right, it's okay. Just keep on cycling. But everyone's in there doing it. Everyone got the motions together, and she knows when it's off. And she'll tell you because you're not giving yourself enough resistance. She's like, you have to turn that up. That's why you're all over the place. You're just all wobbly. She'll be like, turn it to the right. That's what she'll say. And then everyone, because it's more resistance, so everyone starts moving at the pace together. You have to have resistance, in other words. And I didn't even think about saying that. But you have to have resistance in order to get where you want to get. So I'm really happy I got this message off my chest because it was sitting here and I'm like, I don't want to read this tomorrow. I want a new energy for tomorrow. And I'm already feeling great. I'm going to sleep the rest of the day. Thank you everyone for your patience. And I'm looking so forward to tomorrow. Just remember this craziness. But it speaks so strong, right? Let the masculine take the actions. Let that other person take the actions. You know which one fits you. But there's a need here for rest for many of the feminine energies. It's the queen. This queen knows her worth. This queen knows her value. This queen knows people return. Here's the cat, right? Or they're never really gone. And it's just time to rest on that. Mwah. Thank you so much, everyone.